Hello everybody and welcome to Crazy Horse Gaming. I'm Mike and this is another look back episode where we basically look back on older games, more obscure games or games we may have just played in our childhood. The one we're looking back on today is Star Trek The Next Generation's Futures Past. Star Trek Futures Past was released by Spectrum Holobyte in 1994 on the Super Nintendo or Super Famicom, the Sega Mega Drive or Sega Genesis, depending on where you're from, and the version was also released on the Sega Game Gear, although I haven't seen this version, but I do know it's out there. Futures Past is an action-adventure game which sees you take control of the Enterprise D and its crew. The gameplay varies from a top-down view starship tactical combat to an action puzzle adventure game in which you take control of an away team on various missions. In the away team missions you can choose your crew from a pool of 19 crew members, including the main cast from the TV series, with different skills and stats and equipment in correlation with different departments. i.e. Lieutenant Commander Worf will have a higher stats in strength and carry a phaser, whereas people like Data will have, again, higher strength of him being an android, carry a phaser and a tricorder, enabling him to scan areas, activate computers, deactivate security consoles, as well as the ability to enter areas with bad air since he doesn't breathe, whereas other people like Geordi can see in the dark, or Dr. Crusher can heal people. This kind of enables you to create a varied skilled team for different away missions depending on what you think you're going to encounter. The main story of the game revolves around the fact that the Enterprise has been sent to patrol the Romulan neutral zone, after the Romulans claim to have lost a group of scientists in the neutral zone, and a request to search the neutral zone was denied by the Federation.
Red alert. Open a channel to the warship.
Come to intercept course. Keep us out of the neutral zone.
Channel is open.
How long before they cross over into Federation territory?
41 seconds, sir.
Romulan Warbird, this is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation vessel Enterprise. You have crossed into the neutral zone and are engaged in hostile action.
During this time patrolling, you discover the existence of a device called the IFD, which is an ancient device with untold power. As the game goes on, you travel through the galaxy, collecting clues and battling Romulans and encountering other alien races. In between missions, the bridge of the Enterprise acts as a kind of a hub, which you can choose locations to visit, which you have free reign of doing so. So literally you can choose different star systems to travel to, different star bases and all this, as you can also choose to either follow orders or ignore them, basically. So you can either follow the orders and distress signals which you will get from the comm system, telling you to go to a certain system and help this person, respond to distress signals, or visit star bases for certain missions, or you can just completely ignore them and go to random locations. So you can basically travel around the neutral zone systems as you feel free. On the bridge you can also access the Enterprise's computer database and read up on many different subjects from Star Trek universe to, like the different ships, alien races, planets, solar systems and stuff like that, which I think was kind of a nice touch considering most of the stuff you can actually access on the actual Enterprise computers is never mentioned in the game, doesn't come into contact with the game, it has nothing to do with the direct game itself. So it's kind of I'm guessing it's kind of a little nod towards fans there that can look through some of the facts and stuff like that and have a little fan database sort of thing, which again I think is a nice touch. As mentioned, you can kind of choose to travel anywhere along the neutral zone, but this takes time, which varies depending on how fast you can choose to push the engines.
We'll try and take them by surprise. Let's see what this Galaxy-class starship can do.
Lieutenant, inform engine room to prepare for maximum acceleration.
Aye, sir.
Record.
During that time you will be attacked on numerous occasions, several times, in which the bridge view will switch to the starship combat view, where you will take control of the Enterprise and engage the enemy in ship-to-ship combat. You have the use of phasers and photon torpedoes while keeping an eye on the shields and using the auxiliary power to support the shields and the phasers. Also, you'll also take on considerable damage during combat. Once the combat ends, which basically means either you destroy them, they destroy you, or one of you or the enemy surrender, you will be, assuming you survive it, you will be taken back to the bridge view again, where you can actually repair the ship, unlike the engineering screen, where you will have a load of resources which you can assign to different areas. So shields, weapons, navigation, computer, and this takes time. Obviously you have to wait for the stuff to be repaired, you've only got limited resources, so that takes kind of a bit of a management scheme into this. Again, takes more time, or you can choose to travel to the nearest starbase where you will be repaired instantly. However, doing this increases the risk of you getting attacked again, on Journey, and if you're in no position to defend yourself, you probably will get destroyed. Overall, the game is well thought out and executed, with a variety of different missions, tasks and options to perform, giving the Star Trek Futures Past a great sense of depth and complexity. The developers also went to great care and attention trying to recreate the look of the Star Trek episodes, and they've even done a fairly decent job on recreating images directly from the TV series, so things like Captain Picard resting up against a window with a tough decision to make, to images in the briefing room of them all sat around the table, and you can, gives you hints on where to go next. I think for its time this was a well put together game, which is a pleasure to play, and it was fun, apart from the fact that there was one mission that I really didn't enjoy, which early on in the game, which I don't think was too well thought out, but it was one of those things. The game, however, is a product of its time. It's not aged too well, which shows in some of the controls and responsiveness of the game, but still, it's a good game. And, it was a pleasure to play. Really did enjoy it. Like I said, the missions can get a bit repetitive over time. Some of them aren't too clever. It's just wandering around an aimless maze for God knows how long. But yeah, the graphics do look a bit dated. The sound quality, I think, is really good of the sound effects, missions and stuff like that, and overall it was a well put together game. So it's something that I would strongly recommend trying, not necessarily buying as such, as obviously it's a bit pricey, and unless you are a big Star Trek fan, of course. I think this game was made for Star Trek fans rather than trying to get other people in. There's a lot of kind of winks and nods to the fans and things like that, and it does try and drag you in to be part of a Next Generation episode. Overall, a good game, worth playing or worth looking at, and still even now a pleasure to play, even though some parts of it have aged and don't hold up the test of time. So, thanks for watching. For more news, reviews and videos, check out crazyhorsegaming.co.uk. Also, for a place to join a great friendly community of video gamers for game meets, contests and great laughs, why not check out www.gamerkitten.com. That's www.gamerkitten.com. A link to the websites will be in the description below this video. And once again, thanks for watching, and we hope to catch you again soon. Bye.